The first lesson for me as an entrepreneur was that kind of fall from grace when I realized that I had been an investor, an angel investor. I had been a mentor for startups for a couple of years, and I thought that I really knew it all. But when I crossed that bridge and took off that lens of that person at arm's length from the business and started running my own business, I became deaf, dumb, and stupid, literally, about the things that I was doing. I became so emotionally involved in my product and where we were going, and I fell in love with the features and functionality of what I was doing. I was showing everybody how amazing it was that I really lost touch with the market, the customers that we were selling into, the why, the outcome. And, you've got to be market-driven. You've got to have your ear to the ground. You've got to be focused on the market, or you really have no business. So that was a dangerous place for me to be, and it took me a good 6 months of all of that emotion to wake myself up and say, okay, let's get into business here properly. The second lesson I learned was that being busy is not the same as being productive. So, everybody wants to walk into a room and get high fives and warm waves of hello from people. Everybody wants to have a calendar full of coffees. Everybody wants to help organize great community events for startups. But, as a lonely entrepreneur, these things make you feel like you're accomplishing something. The chances are very high that most of the time when you're doing that stuff, that it's not the stuff that's going to really drive your business forward, and you have to ask yourself that question. So I struggled with that a lot, and I see entrepreneurs here in Dublin struggling with it as well. And I think, again, that's another dangerous place to be, is the economy of busy, as I call it. So that was another lesson to learn as I went along.
Mathematics taught at elementary schools are very basics, and machines and software can do those basics, okay? All research show that elementary school is where the gap is being formed. So we created a tool, even if I was a mathematics teacher for the classes, now I created a tool for 5 to 12 years old children to learn mathematics. And it is based on, that should be the, yeah. It is based on every best practice in pedagogy around the world. Singapore Math, Montessori, and a very step-by-step approach so the kids can learn autonomously.
In a healthy brain, there's a signal, almost like a metronome or a beat that goes off, that cues normal movement. In Parkinson's disease, this is either absent or impaired. Despite a conscious effort to move, the correct signals are not generated, and medication does little to help. However, there is a way of giving them back this signal by providing a metronome beat, almost like a musical beat or sound wave, that they listen to externally control their movement. The only problem is, it needs to be individually prescribed daily, and as a result, is only available in hospitals. I remember a time working in a hospital waiting for someone to come in to me for their metronome therapy, and they were 30 minutes late, only to go out and find them stuck, frozen at the main entrance. You see, there's a phenomenon in Parkinson's disease where even something as simple as a square door frame can induce a freezing symptom. It's an issue that's poorly understood, but widely recognized. I felt like I was falling short. I felt like I wasn't doing everything I could. I thought if I could provide some sort of tool that they could take home to get metronome therapy to cue their movement, I'd keep them mobile and stop things like this from happening. So I did something that seemed unreasonable to my peers at the time. I stepped back and began to research ways we could use mobile phone sensors to individually prescribe this treatment in the home, while teaching dance to people with Parkinson's on the side. And then I founded Beats Medical. Did I feel ready to start a business? Absolutely not. The only thing that I was sure of was that I had to try. It's a few years on, and now we have people with Parkinson's getting their metronome therapy in the home daily. They complete a 2-minute walk test by placing the mobile phone in their pocket, and they get their unique beat prescription, which they listen to cue their movement.